Viewers, have you ever looked at a world map and wondered why flights don't simply take the shortest path over the ocean? If the Earth is round, shouldn't planes just fly straight across instead of taking seemingly longer routes over land? The truth behind this is far more fascinating than you might expect. Airlines, pilots, and aviation experts consider several factors when planning a flight path. And while the ocean may seem like an open highway in the sky, the reality is quite different. Let's dive deep into the mystery of why airplanes avoid shortcuts over the ocean and what really happens in the skies. Imagine you're boarding a long-haul flight from North America to Asia or Europe. You settle into your seat, expecting the plane to take a straight-line route across the vast ocean. But as soon as you look at the in-flight map, you notice something strange. Your flight seems to be curving, taking a route over land rather than water. This isn't a mistake, nor is it a conspiracy. It's something called the Great Circle Route. Because the Earth is a sphere, the shortest distance between 2 points is not a straight line on a flat map, but a curved path when viewed from above. Pilots follow this principle to save time and fuel, which means that, rather than flying straight across the ocean, they may take an arched path that might seem longer, but is actually the most efficient. But this isn't the only reason. Safety plays a huge role in route planning. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a plane had an emergency over the middle of the ocean? Modern aircraft are highly reliable, but in the rare event of engine failure or a serious mechanical problem, pilots need somewhere to land quickly. Over vast stretches of ocean, airports are few and far between. That's why many flights, especially those crossing the Atlantic or Pacific, prefer to follow routes that keep them relatively close to land, where emergency landings can be performed if necessary. This is also why flights tend to avoid flying directly over the South Pacific, where there is virtually nowhere to land for thousands of miles. Another major factor is weather. The ocean is home to some of the most unpredictable and severe weather patterns on Earth. Thunderstorms, hurricanes, and jet streams can make flying over water riskier than over land. Pilots and airlines prefer to take routes where they can avoid strong headwinds, turbulence, or storms that could make a flight uncomfortable or even dangerous. The North Atlantic, for example, is notorious for harsh weather, and pilots carefully navigate around dangerous weather systems to ensure passenger safety and a smoother journey. But what about the North Pole? You've probably seen flights that take an unusual route over the Arctic instead of crossing directly over the ocean. There's a reason for that too. The Arctic route is often used for flights between North America and Asia or Europe because it is actually shorter than flying across the Pacific or Atlantic. However, it comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest issues is the extreme cold. At cruising altitudes over the Arctic, temperatures can drop to nearly -70 degrees Fahrenheit. Aircraft systems must be designed to handle these frigid conditions, and pilots must be prepared for any complications that extreme cold might cause. Another challenge with polar routes is the effect of high-altitude radiation. The closer a flight gets to the poles, the more exposed it is to cosmic radiation from space. While this isn't a major issue for passengers taking a single flight, frequent exposure can be a concern for pilots and flight attendants who fly these routes regularly. Additionally, navigation becomes more complicated near the North Pole because traditional magnetic compasses become unreliable, requiring advanced satellite-based systems to guide the aircraft. There's also the issue of passenger comfort. While crossing an ocean might seem peaceful, it can also be incredibly monotonous. Think about it, hours and hours of nothing but water below. While land routes provide more variety in scenery and a psychological sense of progress, ocean crossings can feel endless. Airlines often choose flight paths that provide the best overall passenger experience, even if it means taking a slightly longer route over land. And let's not forget about the impact of fuel efficiency and economics. Airlines operate on tight budgets, and fuel is one of the biggest expenses for any flight. The goal is always to minimize fuel consumption while maximizing efficiency. Wind patterns, jet streams, and even the weight of the aircraft all play a role in determining the best route. Sometimes flying over the ocean means battling strong headwinds, which can increase fuel burn significantly. Instead, pilots may choose routes that take advantage of tailwinds, which help push the aircraft forward and save fuel. This is why, for example, flights between the US and Europe take different routes depending on the time of year, as the position of the jet stream changes. Another lesser-known reason for avoiding certain oceanic routes is geopolitical and airspace restrictions. Not all airspace is freely accessible to commercial aircraft. Some regions are restricted due to military operations, international disputes, or political tensions. Airlines carefully plan routes that comply with international regulations while also ensuring the safety of passengers. In some cases, avoiding ocean crossings helps airlines navigate around restricted airspace and maintain safe and legal flight paths. There are also psychological factors at play. While flying over land, passengers and even crew members might feel a greater sense of security knowing that there are airports nearby in case of an emergency. The vast emptiness of the ocean, on the other hand, can be unsettling for some travelers. Airlines take passenger comfort seriously, and avoiding long, uninterrupted ocean crossings helps alleviate some of this anxiety. So, viewers, the next time you're on a flight and notice the route curving over land instead of taking a straight shot across the ocean, you'll know that there's a good reason behind it. From the Great Circle route to emergency preparedness, weather patterns, and even the challenges of flying over the North Pole, every detail of a flight's path is carefully calculated to ensure safety, efficiency, and the best possible experience for passengers. The sky might seem vast and open, but behind every flight path lies a complex web of science, geography, and strategic planning. So tell us, have you ever noticed these unusual flight paths before? Let us know what you think about these fascinating flight secrets. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.